feedback here before I get into this. I was thinking about that. Did you notice today that I gave you a pivot number of 64.45? 64.45. Well, what does that mean? It means you look at the E-mini and see how it's trading around that pivot number, and it probably alerted you that the market was below it, okay? And if you go look at the market today and look at it, you'll see how the pivot number really protected you if you know the pivot number. I just want to make sure everybody's using it, because I posted just about everywhere, but I posted it this morning in my TNT and also posted it in T-Buzz TV. But look for that pivot number every day. That's the way I see the market in the morning, and it gives you an edge over most people. It's great info, I think, as James just said. That's the pivot number. The other thing I want to make sure of is everybody here got a copy of the white paper. Well, thanks for signing up. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Now, tonight at 7, every Monday night at 7, I have training in my Futures First education. And you should have seen some of the I guess the success that people have had with what I've taught it. In fact, if anybody wants to share some of the success they had, you can post it in here and we'll copy and show it to people, though. But I think that it's been a really, really great, I guess, year so far. And I think that it's a hidden asset. Since I teach it, you ought to learn it. That's what I think, okay? And just pretty amazing, okay, what you're able to do. All right, let me get into the slides and we'll kick this thing off, okay, because I got a class to teach at 7, okay? But I just want to cover those things to get everybody sort of oriented. There was risk involved in trading options, currency, all that. In addition, strategies and use and all other features of DTLI Trader and its affiliate products, information are provided for informational and educational purposes only. Well, thank you, SP, for typing that in there. That's nice. Now, folks that don't know, I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, and former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, author of 3 books, and I worked with a lot of traders in my career. Have 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. These books will give you a foundation if you're trying to learn to invest or trade. At DTLI, we work on mastering the markets through education first, training, and our experience. We got a lot of experience part of our group. Today, I taught a class here at the plantation to, I call them the young eagles. These are people, 16 to 24. And we had a couple ladies that, I guess wanted to be there, and they came. And but we had a great time today going through the basics of trading. Adam helped me, and everybody you see there is an inspiring young person. It really was sort of outstanding, I think, a good way to think about it with the questions. These are people that are the top of their class and have done a lot of things over the years to work at being great, okay? And something I used to do years ago, and if you ever been to Ponte Vedra for the small classes, it was my way of saying thank you to the organization that runs our neighborhood, and it was really just a lot of fun. And I got a lot of questions, didn't I, Adam? I mean, a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, and it's good to know that we have people with that mindset.
Yeah, it really is. And,
Smart.
yeah, and, it's interesting. The majority of the people in that class today were ladies. I thought that was interesting. Anyway, we finished and made me feel good. They gave both Adam and me a standing ovation. And that was a real thank you, wasn't it, Adam, to get that? Okay.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. Anyway, we did that today. I did this about what 10, 15 years ago in Mobile. I thought I'd do it just to do it, and probably
Yeah,
some of the most fun I've had in a long time.
Graham was attended the last Young Eagle class. That was what 10 years ago. So
Yeah, Graham, my son went. I mean, I started it with them, and like Graham and all his brothers came to the class. Anyway, just thought it was is pretty interesting. Yeah, Buck says there's research that says women make better traders because they don't let their egos get in the way. And I told that group that today, Buck. I told that group. In my opinion, the market's up and away, and I think that today it overdid itself with the big opening up, basically consolidated. It wouldn't surprise me tonight, and I'm really excited about this. I think tonight in our Futures First education, with what I'm going to teach, is going to really hype up the importance of futures and why you should learn it, in my opinion. Seven Sisters, that's where we stand right there. If you look at it, year to date, we're up almost 8%, 10.5% on the NASDAQ, Dow's at 4.83. The DAX is 20. We're catching up with Europe, 25%. Crude is negative, and bonds are flat. Now, we have a small class next week, 4th and 5th here in that same room. Got 2 spots open. You can contact Kelly Barber at DTI Trader or Andraka at DTI Trader if you want to get down here and go to one of those classes. If you come in person for a futures class, remember you get 1 year of online education from Futures First Education. We meet every Monday night, rain or shine, covering the key market I'm looking at for the week, and that will happen in less than 45 minutes. Let's talk futures first, give people that don't know what I'm doing, Futures First Education. I built my career around futures, been my bread and butter for years. I love teaching it. I used to have a brokerage firm that with the futures side of it, and I found a DTI to teach other traders how to do it. After being on the brokerage side, I saw education was very important for people. I sold it, retired from active trading, active teaching, but 2 years ago, I was invited by one of our students to do it. I said, if you can get 9 other people to come to the class, I'll do it. He did. Our first class kicked off almost 2 years ago, and it was a heck of a class and just pretty exciting. It heard some stories about the teaching side of it and how I could take somebody, it's a very complicated subject sometimes, to make it simple to learn. And I think with what I did today, it sort of emphasized that point. Those people today learned a lot just being face to face with me all day, I think. I think Adam would agree because they were just so excited. Now, my love for futures over years never diminished, so I said, yes, I'd do it. We started from scratch. We built an entire foundational curriculum to teach education. We have it. And so the way it works is on Monday night, if I select one of the lessons, I go through it in detail to say, this is my trade of the week in futures. One of my most successful students, Bill, is right there. He basically says it about futures, the future side of his account, re-engaging it. Now, we've had a lot of great classes so far, laying the foundation, some of the things that we use. My daily pivot, I was just talking about that this morning. I showed people how to get it, how to trade gold options, all kinds of stuff with E-mini micro, and how that first hour of the market tells you a lot in the cash market. I like options and futures. One of the things about options and futures, it makes it so nice to be able to go in and do it and do it from the stage. The whole key is putting odds in your favor, opportunities each week. I dealt with crude oil, bonds, gold and silver, all the stuff. And today, I was telling them that I bought a bunch of coffee. Why did I buy a bunch of coffee? Well, the price of coffee is going to rise. And because of that, I sort of stocked up on coffee at the local BJ's. So there's a little insight for coming tonight. I think you're going to see coffee prices rise a little bit here. Okay. That's the beautiful thing about futures. You can stay ahead of the crowd. And if you follow these trends, you know when to buy gasoline, you know when to buy beef. A lot of things are tied to futures, and it starts by learning how it works. Yep. Laura, I bought so much coffee this weekend. I think I'm good to about July. Hopefully by then it'll be over and come back down. We also use the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel gives us maximum efficiency and allows me to reach out to you. And to do that, it really, I think, helps you learn, okay? I do. And then we use Tasty Trade to teach futures. I think the Tasty Trade platform, especially if you're new to futures, is one of the best platforms I've seen. Simple, straightforward to put orders in, evaluate your risk, evaluate your reward, and allowing you to adapt real fast to a hard part of trading futures, actually putting orders in and protecting yourself. That's why I like their platform. If you're interested in that, you can contact Adam or you can contact Jonathan, and they will give you a link that I have a pipeline through Tasty Trade to get you set up. If anybody's interested. Tasty Trade. Yeah, send it to Roe at DTI Trader if you got a thing. I got tools to improve your accuracy and lower your risk. I use MTI intraday scanner, and I use the early month setup from the micro. Now, get started today, as I consider the second half of the year should be the best second half in history. Like futures first, because in my opinion, understanding futures is your gateway to the rest of the stock market. How many people, let me just ask this question. How many people would like to take their odds of being right from maybe 50 or 60% up to 80% when they make trades? I mean, how many people would like that? That's what I teach in futures. And so if you have any qualms about it, even though you might not want to trade futures, I welcome it, but learn futures to get better at trading stocks. How do you think me, Tom Busby, is able to do what I do? I use the futures market to do it. Been using it for years. And there's a lot of people on the stock side don't even know anything about the futures. Pretty interesting. Like the sell-off that started this morning, we saw it when it broke our pivot of 64.45. Guarantee you, chart readers, fundamentalists, nobody saw that, but we saw it. And we saw it early. So there you go. I'm ongoing. I'm constantly expanding my library. I've gone into currencies because I think currencies is a good, important element to do that. Eventually, I'll get into things like corn and wheat and things like that. A lot more to go, a lot more training. And now I've got a library full of nuggets on each market, which I like doing. We train on Monday night at 7. We record the training where you can review it. And we post insights throughout the week inside that channel on the current market. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what we've done here. Futures first, go to dtitrader.com/futures, 904-706-3532. Once you get signed up, it's important you sign into the Futures First Telegram channel. That's where the information flows and the class starts at 7. I have a bonus this week. If you get signed up, I'm going to trade the SPX tomorrow between 10 and 10:30 Eastern. Trade the SPX off the sunrise signal. That's a pretty good bonus too. I got a great way to do it. I've been using SPX for long calls and puts, XSP for option spreads income. I'm going to show you the setup if you get signed up tomorrow at 10:30. Futures first, dtitrader.com/futures. Jim, inside the Telegram channel, you get the information. We'll post it in there. Go to dtitrader.com/futures. Now, this is a special alert. I have, Adam, I think we have 15 people's that subscription is expiring tonight. Make sure that you're not blocked from the education starting the second half because of your subscription. You should have got an email, right, Adam? They should have got an email.
Yeah, you should have gotten an email this weekend with a link to a discounted 1 year.
Okay. Check your email if you're worried about it, but we had 15 people that won't be able to get to the end of the night unless they renew. So make sure you get that done. I did an end of year price and one for a year discounted. So make sure you do that. Any questions about that? Tonight, I'm going to talk about trading the micro at 10, 12, and 2 during the day. That'll be the training tonight. I'm starting to break it down from big picture to smaller picture. Any questions about this? If you're new and want to get part of it, tonight's the night to do it as we kick it off. Any questions about, make sure once you sign up though, you go through the invite through the Telegram channel. It's a 2-part version of the class night where we do the training in a Zoom room, and then after 9 o'clock, I do an analysis and where the trade of the week should be set up. All right, folks, I gave you the opportunity. There it is. Any questions before I get ready for my 7 o'clock class? Okay, everybody that's there, I'll see you at 7. Make sure that you check your email for Adam. So Adam, what did that email go out to those people that expired? I mean, was it the one you sent? Did you send it from AGM or where'd you send it from?
No, it would have came from the alerts.
You can search in the email for us. The reason I'm saying that.
It comes from DTI Service Alerts.
DTI service alerts. If you're one of those people that's subscription expired today. Thank you, Adam. I'll see you. I guess I'll see everybody in about 35 minutes to get kicked off. Thank you.
Subject is special futures first offer from Tom. Those of you that are members, and he opened it up to anybody if you want to extend by a year. So.
I'm sorry, are you opening up? That's the existing members special offer?
Yeah, all the existing members can take the 1 year deal.
Oh, yeah, I'd take it. It's about 50% off.
From the email.
Yep. Thank you, Adam.